my name is Lauren Mendelsohn. I'm the host of Our Strength Within. I'm starting this podcast because I want to bring awareness to people who are struggling with an invisible illness. I have my own journey, and I want to bring comfort to people by sharing what I go through day in and day out. So at the age of 19, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. I was so blindsided. I had no idea even what epilepsy was. When I was officially diagnosed, this is how the doctor explained it to me. Because probably like most of you, you've never even heard about it or known someone who's had it. So he said to me, "Lauren, you're epileptic." And I said, "I don't know what that means." And he said, "Think about it like this. You're an earthquake and your tectonic plates are always moving. Like in your brain, your neurons are always moving like everyone else. And you have a threshold, like the earth has a threshold. And when that threshold is disturbed and lowered, you have a seizure. Like when the earth's threshold is disturbed, there's an earthquake." And then it kind of clicked. It was like, I can share with the world what it was in the most simple way because I didn't understand it. As soon as I started telling people I was epileptic, because I want to bring comfort to people, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, my aunt has epilepsy. I one time had a seizure when I was a kid and had a high fever." And I just realized more people were comfortable with talking about themselves and their stories and their family and support system because I shared. And when I was young, I never had a seizure. I didn't even have a seizure before March 26th of 2020. I didn't really know what epilepsy was. But I believe everything happens for a reason. And this is why I'm here today sharing my story and creating a podcast. Because I want to bring strength to the people who are struggling with the unknown like myself. I want to take you from when I was first diagnosed to where I am now. And I want to share my story. I want to hear back from all of you. I want to impact the community. We all struggle with things day in and day out that no one can see. People have come to me when I first started sharing my story like, "Hey, I don't have epilepsy, but I struggle with this. I don't have epilepsy, but this has happened to me." People want to share their story, but don't know how to do it. So I'm taking a leap of faith and I'm just hoping I can impact the community. I want to share my story. So I'll start off with March 26th of 2020. At the age of 19, I was a freshman in college. I flew out to Montana because it was spring break. I spend probably 60-70% of my time in Montana. It's my happy place. I fell asleep the night before on my parents' couch. My mom was in bed and my little brother was next to her. I didn't know that morning would change my life forever. That morning, my mom flipped over and thought my little brother was just making noise, woke up early, and my mom likes to sleep in. So she was like, "Adam, turn off your phone, stop being loud." And he's like, "It's not me." And they were so confused. They're like, "Who's making the noise? What's going on?" And they ran in the other room where I was. I have no recollection of any episodes. Everything I'm sharing with you now and on the podcast is all from my caregiver's perspective. I want caregivers to listen in to people who struggle with invisible illnesses because you're also impacted. My family's lives changed forever just like mine. So what they have told me is, "Lauren, I was terrified. My mom said she looked at my little brother Adam and he was on the phone with the paramedics. He looked so scared. He was so young at the time. He was in high school. He didn't know what was going on with his big sister who's supposed to be strong and not really have problems. I'm not perfect by any means, but I want to be strong for him." And so my mom she said she was kneeling over me. I'll never forget when I came to and she was in her gray with black star pajamas looking at me terrified. And there was paramedics standing over me. And I was like, "What's going on?" I've never been so scared in my life, but I was also so confused. I had no idea. And so I'll jump back to what they explained to me. So they come to me and my mom said that I was shaking, I was tense, I was foaming at the mouth, and I was looking through them. I don't know if you've ever seen someone who's drank a little too much and they're looking through you, but that's what my parents and my mom and my little brother said that's what I looked like. I wasn't responsive. And for me, I have grand mal seizures, meaning that I have a huge episode where I'm shaking, I'm convulsing, and then I'm basically blacked out for 5 to 7 minutes. I don't even know I had one. Over the years, I've been woken up by someone who's caught me having a seizure. Because usually I have the big episode and then I fall back asleep and I wake up with the symptoms. I have no idea. And so my mom was scared. She still won't put on those PJs that she found me in. My little brother looked petrified. I've never seen him look at me that way. And everyone was living in the unknown. My mom didn't know if it was COVID or not. It was March of 2020. We were all living in the unknown. I always tell people it was perfect timing because when my life was a cluster and in shambles, everyone else was struggling as well. And so the paramedics are over me and my mom's like, "You're taking her in the ambulance. I don't know what's going on. It's scary. I've never seen my baby girl like this. You got to take her in the ambulance and go to the hospital." So that's what they did. They were asking me all these questions when they were walking me there. And they're like, "What's the alphabet? What day is it? Who are you? Who's your mom? Who's your dad?" I'm looking at them like these are the most basic questions ever. Like, am I supposed to be confused? I don't know. And so I'm rushed to the hospital. And my mom has a picture of me sleeping in the hospital. And usually I don't take naps. I'm not exhausted during the day. And usually I'm not a fan of naps. It's hard for me to fall asleep, especially in public. So she has a picture of me in the hospital. They say, "We don't know what happened. We don't know what's going on. We can run some tests, see what's going on." They ask me all these questions, but the whole day is a fog to me. I don't remember. Like, my mom said, "This happened. We talked to your dad. We did this. We did that." I don't really remember. And so I remember going home and they were like, "We'll run tests. We don't really know." And I do not like the heat nor the sunshine. And so we're outside and apparently I fell asleep on the couch with long sleeves on under a blanket. So people knew I was out of it. People knew I was exhausted. And I really didn't remember that until my mom and I were looking through pictures the other day. I said, "When was that?" And it said March 26th of 2020. I said, "I have no idea. I don't remember." And it's because I was in a fog. I was so exhausted. They say when you have a seizure that it's like running a marathon. I've never run a marathon, but I'm sure it's exhausting. That night, I asked myself a question. Am I going to wake up in the morning? I don't know if any of you have even ever asked yourselves that question, but I ask myself that often. So moving forward, like for the next couple weeks, I was with my mom all the time, my little brother, and they were always checking on me. Like, "Are you feeling okay? Are you okay?" Every morning they were next to me, and I'm so thankful for my support system. My family is always there for me, but it's slightly overwhelming because I don't remember anything. I have to rely on what they say. I was scared that one morning I would wake up and my tongue was bitten through again. I get these pounding headaches on the right side of my brain. Not even Tylenol will help. Advil, not at all. And so it's honestly just closing my eyes, getting through it. Sometimes people look at me like, I don't know what it is. Like, they feel bad for me. And I believe everything happens for a reason, like I said earlier. March 26th of 2020, I'll never forget the date. It's impacted my life now for the rest of my life. It was a pivotal time in my teen years, I guess, right? I'm a freshman in college, but I've never let it stop me. I still live abroad. I still went back to college. I lived by myself. But I'm going to take you through my journey of how I live day to day, the relationships I have, the support system I have. I want to bring comfort to the people who are struggling like myself. If it is due to epilepsy, or if it is another invisible illness that people can't see. They try to understand what you're going through, but don't know. I can relate to you because I'm scared. I don't really think like, oh, am I going to have a seizure during the day? Because I was told that my seizures only happen in deep sleep. That irregularity, the tectonic plates always moving with the threshold lowered, only happens in deep sleep for me. Everyone has a different story. Everyone's is different. But I want people to feel heard. This is why I'm going public. Because no one should feel bad for me. They shouldn't feel bad for everyone who has invisible illnesses. It's about coming together as a community. I want to help as many people as I can. And by showing people that I have the strength to come public, I want everyone to know that I'm here to talk to them, to help them. And so through my journey, I want to make sure that you feel seen. I'm going to have people who are struggling just like myself come on, speak about their journey. They've always wanted to go public but didn't know how. Bring comfort and strength to them to make sure that they feel seen. They feel heard. It's going to be a long journey. I don't know where it's going to take me. For my next podcast, I want to share where I am today. May of this past year, I had another episode. It shifted my life. And I want to share it to show what I've overcome and what's my most recent struggle. What's my most recent challenge. Because I want to feel seen just like you. And so I'm looking forward to sharing where I am and then afterwards, how I got here.